Hello, beautiful minds and beautiful people. I welcome you, everybody, on my channel, on this YouTube live channel. So, welcome, and welcome. I'm very excited to have you all here. Just so that to remind you that please remember to subscribe to my channel if you like these videos. If you like this episode, then please remember to subscribe to my channel and also comment on the comment box there, so that I can share some of the I can get your feedback, and also if there are any questions I can also answer those. So please remember to subscribe to my channel. Okay. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. I'm very you know happy to see this is an interesting topic, how I made a routine for myself to constantly succeed. So, just to repeat the topic so that everybody gets it, it is how I made a routine for myself to consistently succeed. So, when I say routine, let me clarify. So, when I say routine, it is my sequence of actions or a fixed program which I follow, every day as a routine in my life. Okay, so whatever sequence of actions you have in your life or in your routine, so that's like a fixed program. You get up, then go to the bathroom, and get ready, have your coffee, tea, breakfast, and then go for work or some job, or if you are a student, you go to the school or college, do all your things there, and then come back in the night, and then dinner and sleep and all that. So that's a routine for most of the people. But what I'm trying to tell you, that this is something different, this is something unique. Okay, so this is where I would like to share a story, what happened in my life. So I'm a business owner, and I've been in business for almost 30 plus years now. I did my engineering from a very top school in India, and then I did some training in different industry, and then joined our family business. And then once you are in the business, then you grow and develop new products. I've done all the sales. I started as a production manager, and then manufacturing in charge, and then taking quality control, quality assurance, all the logistics, shipments, exports, and sales, marketing, distribution, engineering. I mean, all the gamuts of this, and then leading the business team, all the team members, managing them, and taking the all the you know growth required, and develop new ideas, and train, empower people, and all those things. So I've been doing it for so many years, and I've uh, you know been very successful in those things. We have a international business, manufacturing in India, and then we have a distribution center here. So we deal with all different kind of OEM companies, and different distributors, contractors, and everybody. So we work through all those things, and so, like, in the family business, the dynamics is different. It's not a corporate world here. So in the family business, there are family involved. So there are, brothers, uncles, your father and your, cousins, nephew, niece, all these people are involved in a family business. So the family dynamics is very different, and it has a challenges of its own. So I've been going through this, and just to give you an example, uh, so I was in India, and then I was you know like transitioned from India to US, about 20, yeah, about 20 years ago. And there we had, certain, like initially we had a very good growth in the company, but then in 2007, 2008, there was a collapse in the financial market, and then that ripple effect went into the construction industry and other different types of industries, and we were also impacted in a big way. So there was a slowdown in the market, and we had inventories, and we had all the cash flows, constraints, and revenue was down, and we had all the uh, you know payments and to the vendors and everything. So we had all the trouble in business. So I was having a lot of stress and also anxiety and worries that how we can handle this kind of situation, how will we survive in this difficult challenge, I mean difficult situation. So it went on for like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 years. It was a very troubled time, and it went into a couple of years. However, I had also issue with all these, like how to cut down the expenses, how to manage the inventory, how to find new customers. So many of, there were like stress, there was a sadness, there was a kind of a grief, and guilt, anger, all those kind of feelings were coming every day in my thoughts. And I just, like, i I was struggling with all these challenges and stress and tension in my life. What to do about this? It was like very frustrating experience and overwhelming. So I really because I learned in my previous, like in the previous years, from my guru, about how to go into the silence, how to do mindfulness meditation, and also the science of non-doing. You see, we are doing continuously. They are doing all the time. We are having so much of actions and activity. Our logical mind is thinking about what is the next action, and what is the next action, what is the what is that next project, how do we handle this and that, and how to find new customers, how to find the new product lines, or how to introduce the new management systems and new employees and manpower, all that, warehousing, all lot of things were going on. And in that situation, I really sit down in the morning, and just me time. It is me time where I be in the silence, close my eyes, and like, really no distractions from the outside world. I'm dead to the world, so I have no distractions there. I'm just within myself. I'm doing my inner work. I'm peaceful, and I'm just observing my thoughts, whatever the thoughts are coming, and my feelings, and just be in that my present moment, that generous present moment. I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm in my present moment. And that moment is so precious. It is generous present moment. It is so precious that you are so happy about it. And I found that as I go deep into this inner work, as I do this more and more often, so I just started practicing more, like, one every day. I mean, twice a week, thrice a week, then every day. Slowly it became my habit. So it became my routine that no matter what, because those precious moment of silence. And now let me tell you, see the thoughts, every day on an average, you get about 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts in 24 hours. So 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts you get every day. So imagine how many thoughts that comes in an hour, in a minute. It's so much, right? So how do you handle those thoughts? How can you get out of those thoughts and just be an observer and be in that peaceful, yourself? And how do you connect with your own being? So it is not about doing, it is about being true to yourself. What is your soul purpose? What is your true nature? What is your true self? And then connect with that super conscious where you can really get a lot of good insights, a lot of self reflection, and answers to all your questions, all your, anxieties and worries. And you are truly into your being, into your own self. And then you are connected to the superconscious, which is the universe, which is far, far greater and thinks about, much larger picture of your life. Because you cannot think more than, like, whatever you can see, maybe, like, you can see maybe, 100, 200, 500, feet, or maybe 1 mile, 5 mile, whatever that much. But the universe can see, like thousands and thousands of miles, the whole entire world. And it can really see what is your future, what is the next, thing you have to do in your life, and what are your dreams, what do you love about your life, what do you want to really create, what are the new possibilities you want to create. So all that can happen as you go inside, because in outside world, which is 3D world, 3D, that is a limitation. It cannot operate from that, you know fourth dimension or fifth dimension where there is no time and space. So if you want to really transcend into those level where there is no limitations, there is abundance of everything. If you want to go into that, that is where I practice mindfulness, meditation, and going into the silence. So that is a very powerful and peaceful technique which I learned over the years and then implemented and executed in my day to day life as my routine, so that any challenge which comes in my life, and there is not a single day that you don't have any issues in business or in your career or in your job or in your relationship or your situations with your health. So, everybody has got some kind of disease or some kind of issues or in that health and well-being. So all these different areas of life, every day is something going on. How to succeed, how to handle those situations, and how to make your life, very successful, happy, joyful, and peaceful and loving, with gratitude, with gratefulness for all the people around you, grateful to the universe, and all that. So how can you do that? And this is what I found out, that this routine, what I'm practicing every day for last almost like 15, 20 years, that is really giving me all that kind of consistently success in my life. So so let me give you another example or another life experience I had. Was recently, I had my wife got into an injury on his leg, and she fell down, and then she had to go through the this like mobility issue, so she can't move and she cannot walk. And I had to take her a lot of caregiving assistance and help her, and you know with all the day-to-day activities. So it was a kind of a trauma for her and also for me and my family. So we were all in a big trauma, and a situation which was really, because it never happened in our life, that she has to be like completely resting in the bed all the time. So it was very challenging, so finding a help, right kind of a caregiver and right kind of people was a little bit challenging for me. And so I was going through the same kind of a stress because of her health and the challenges of immobility. So I was like struggling, to find the right caregiver, or at least, till that time, I had to work on caregiving her, at the same time, doing the household things, and also, you know, doing the business, for. So I was like, struck, like managing so many different projects at the same time. So it is like multitasking, and which is not easy, especially these are all different areas, and so it was very, very difficult for me. So I was staying way in the previous, like few years ago, whatever happened in that business challenge, now it is my personal challenge in my personal life, where I was having anxiety, worries, all the sadness, fears, resistances, and all these negative emotions were running through my mind, in my thoughts, in my feelings. And I was like overwhelmed. I was in that frustration and resistance. Again, then I was like really, you know in a very bad situation. So I was, like, again, I said, man, how can I handle this? And I just sit down in that silence in the morning, just be there, and then observe my thoughts, observe my feelings, and be in that present moment, be in that, that precious, generous present moment, and then, you know, practice that meditation, that technique of mindfulness, be in that beautiful, moments of present moment, that joyful moment, and enjoying that, and doing that practice every day, that reflection, that in those moments, whatever you get is so powerful, is so peaceful, it is so loving, and it is touching to your heart that you can't express it in words, because it is experience. It is something which transforms your mind, your thoughts, your feelings into completely a different you know level. So so that you can become so peaceful. Like i I always say that I am a powerful soul, I'm a peaceful soul, I'm a divine soul, and I am a joyful, and I'm loving with gratitude. So this is so, and I'm blissful, I'm blissful all the time. And this is the privilege which I've learned over the years, that if there is a chaos in the outside world, if there is a tornado in the outside world, you cannot control that, because it's an environment. The environment will happen the way the whole nature works, right? If there is a tornado, then it will come, because of all the weather, and all these kind of oceans and river, and sun and moon and everything, whatever is affecting that whole environment will create tornadoes, and then it will fall somewhere. Now, in our life, these kind of tornadoes, this kind of chaos, this is like my personal life challenge, and a tornado came into my life. How how can you control this? Now I cannot control it from my side, because I cannot heal that person with definite medication. It takes its own time. Like, you have the treatment plan, so you doctor gives you a treatment plan, that you take this medicine, this supplement, and then this food, and this time, all that. It gives you the whole treatment plan. But that treatment plan you follow correctly every day, and make that as a routine. However, the body has to respond to those medicines and that treatment plan, so that it heals. But the healing takes place by your own body, by your own mind and the spirit. So even there is a treatment plan given by the doctor, and then you follow the treatment plan, everybody reacts differently. Same medicines given to one person acts differently than the other person. So you have seen these examples, and so that is why that healing takes its own time. And that is why I said, okay, if that is the challenge, if that is the situation came into my life, the best way to handle is that how can I, from inside, from within myself, if I am so peaceful, if I am so joyful, and I am happy in this moment, then that is the only way I can change my situation, and the change that environment. So it is not from outside, changing from the world outside, that will change the situation. It is the inside out. So as I change my inside, if I do my inner work, as I do my inner work more and more, and I feel happy, I feel present in that moment, I'm in that silence where you have that peace and joy and the love. for yourself, and for everybody around you. So the moment you learn this technique, this is a mindfulness technique. As you learn and as you grow into this technique and practice more and more, the whole life changes. Your perspective of the life changes. You start living and loving your life. So it is very powerful and wonderful technique, and that is how, so as I went into these kind of challenges and different um, storms and you know the tornadoes in my life, either it is in business, either it is in personal life or in relationships, anywhere, wherever this comes, this kind of a tornado or the storm come into your life, you start being, very anxious, you are anxiety, you are overwhelmed, you are, having frustrations and resistances. Then suddenly there is a fear. So you have so much of fear that what will happen, if this happens, then what will happen to me, what will happen to my family, what will happen to my business, what will happen to my staff, what will happen to the, my house, or all the other, like, customers, and our distribution center. I mean, whatever you have, yeah, whatever in your life you have. So it all gets into those kind of questions, that what, and what, you know so that time, this is the routine I made. I mean, I decided that this is the best routine I can do for myself, so that I am happy no matter what. I am peaceful and joyful every moment of your life. And that decision and that moment, I started practicing every day, that in the morning when you wake up, you start going into this practice of silence, of practice of mindfulness, paying attention to yourself, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of your feelings, being aware of your sensations in the body, and be aware and pay attention. That's all you need to do. And then just be outside of the distractions. There is no phone calls, there is no text messages, there is no email, nothing. Just be with yourself in your own practice of being in yourself, and then observe. So, this is a wonderful practice which I am doing as my routine, and that routine for myself has given me a consistent success in whatever challenges, in whatever issues, in whatever kind of storm or tornadoes in my life. So if it has happened to me, I would say, why not for you? So if I can do it, probably you can do it too. So it is my offer and request to everyone in this this channel, whoever are present here or whoever are watching this video. I have a offer that if you are also going through such challenges or any kind of storms or tornadoes hitting you in your life, please book me as a coach, or you can book me a discovery call for 20 minutes, and we can dive deep into your individual situation, individual, whatever the challenge you are going through, and then we can come up with some possible, solutions, and how we can tackle your pain points, how we can resolve them. So yeah, that's what I want to offer you. So you can always book a free discovery call for 20 minutes, and it's a free, so you don't have to pay anything there. Just go into my website, and that website is already given in my channel. So you can go into the website and then go to that button where you can book me for the discovery call, and it is a free. So you can you know can always book me there. So if you remember, if you like this video, if you like this topic, and if you want to hear more about this type of new topics, then please subscribe to my channel, and we will see you in the next video, next episode. Okay, till then, bye.